by removing the essence of its clients. The man responsible, was shot in the face, and the clinic is now a scorched pile of rubble. As turns out, the night shift doesn't take half measures. When the night shift returned to their safe house, they found that the drug dealer known as Party First, Vice's dealer, had been taken by Evo security personnel. The night shift was sent a message: work for Jens Snitzer, or have this drug habit, their location, and can't move. And whatever other secrets Snitzer could dig up brought to the public. Now the night shift is going to show this corporate man what happens when you try to take the shadows away from the runners.
It's a good line. It's a good line.
I think so. And with that, perhaps we go to the infamous table. It's night. You can't hear the drumming of water because this place is pretty sort of soundproof to the outside, being underground and everything. But if you were outside, you would notice the characteristic rain of the Berlin sprawl. Smell of industry. You have been planning, probably, how you want to approach this whole affair. And in your planning, you have probably felt a bit paranoid, knowing that this man, this corporate high up, is looking for you and is looking to take you out. Has probably made your daily lives quite a lot more difficult. You are good enough at keeping yourself hidden and safe that you're not really in real danger just in your everyday life. However, it does take quite a lot of energy and effort, really taking a lot of time away from other activities to just make sure that you're not spotted, or to take extra winding routes to make sure you're not followed. Really to take all the precautions that you really ought to take when you know that someone's out to get you. So we had last time we had Vice saving up her downtime action to do some information gathering.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
That's
right. It's been a long wait. Yeah. Slash me, Jonas. Yeah, looking for a way to get in. It's always Vice's role, basically. Or one of the main roles.
So how this is going to happen, basically, is that I'm going to answer your questions about something related to Evo. But first, perhaps I should tell you a little bit about Evo, because your characters would have some information simply because you live in this world, and you exist here. Evo is generally known. They operate out of Russia, and they used to have a rather terrible reputation for doing all sorts of horrible things. Their main production is nano and biotech, mainly really awesome implants and cybernetics. They have, however, with a whole new board, the old board, things happened, and they have a new one now. And the new board has turned over a new leaf. They have renamed them to Evo for Evolution, and now they work for a cleaner and better tomorrow. They produce a lot of green technology. They do a lot of space tech. They do a lot of helping with. And I'm being distracted by the cat trying to crawl all over me. But they do a lot of helping with like disease. Creating cures and that sort of thing. Still, their main focus is technology and certainly nano and biotechnology. Though nanotechnology is mainly used in construction and medicine, from their sort of perspective. The Berlin office specifically works in nanotechnology, in developing a medical nanotech, and that includes implants and nano brain surgery and that sort of thing. Very advanced stuff. Evo is also known for being the only megacorp that has a year-round colony on Mars, which is very famous and has lots of pictures of it whenever you interact with the corp, because they're very proud of it. People live there because with the Evo technology, they can grow stuff that's enough for people to live in their sort of big greenhouse dome things, the Mars ecologies, where they try to uncover the mysteries of humanity and the future and the past and everything. Generally, Evo is known as, if there is a good guy corp, it's them. They are very into tolerance. They have the most diverse workforce, and they believe in hiring people based only on merit. As such, they have a unique way to recruit. They have a whole recruitment firm, office, basically branch, that does not interact at all with the rest of the corporation. None of the employees overlap, and there's really no information going back and forth. This recruitment section simply finds people and takes in recruits that have merit, and then they're handled in a way that in no way shows the mother corp who or what they are, except for their skill set. They are pretty much always recruiting because they're a megacorp that is still growing. They have a lot of sort of public goodwill, and so many people choose Evo if they get a choice in how to do things. They are probably only rivaled by As Technology in their amount of goodwill. Famous, of course, is As Technology with their slogan "For a Better Tomorrow." Producing everything that makes people happy. As for the actual facilities in Berlin, we have the research facility and we have the sort of recruitment facility. They're separate, definitely. And then we have some production facilities around the place. The guy you're looking for is a head of research. He is most definitely living at the research facility. It is on the other side of Berlin. Basically, it is east of East Berlin. If you look on our little Berlin map here, it would be in the 12 section. This means that you have to pass over or under the anarchist zone to get there. The Evo people mostly do so by helicopter, that they fly from a few of their facilities and then to the top of their development tower. They have their own reactor over there, and that's probably why they put it there, because the real estate over there is very cheap. So you can sort of have a big area. They have a fusion reactor over there that's said to be running on water and helium, and it's completely clean, allegedly. They also have a major underground sort of tram line that brings in all the materials that they might need for their experiments and their work over there. Any questions?
Yeah, I think that's the problem. I don't even know how I would even approach getting in.
Well,
Or
Sigurd
getting to him.
would
How
lean
about we find
in.
out where he hangs out instead of going into Evo?
That would be best, yes. An attack on the Evo headquarters seems, well,
Stupid.
Well,
incredibly dangerous.
that's the thing. He lives and works there.
We surely must leave the compound at some point.
Yeah, most corporate scientists are very, very closely kept control over, and don't really leave that much, simply by the fact that they're in danger of people kidnapping them for ransom, or for eliminating competition, or for taking them and bringing them to another corp where they can work in some sort of slave facility, forced to divulge all the secrets of their mind. They're generally given very nice accommodations in ecologies or buildings owned by the corporation. like towers that are like next to the research towers and such.
Okay, so we basically need to go there.
How about we tell him you want?
It certainly is the most predictable like location for him to be.
How about we tell him you want to talk to him about his?
I
don't
don't
know.
think he would. I don't think he would ever show up to actually talk with us after
Yeah.
after he has made his like blackmail on us. He would never meet us face to face after that.
I mean, if he's head of research, he's not a stupid guy. So I don't think he's gonna meet with actual murderers.
And
The,
how about we find a way into Evo and get Pal in there somehow.
Well, I am thinking that the arcology or the living spaces have much less security around them than the lab he's probably working in. So in terms of security, it seems more likely than to go after him at his home. Security will probably still be around, but at least we're not breaking into like corpse secrets, you know?
Is it in the same compound or building? Like, are the living quarters in the same building as the research labs?
You can find pictures of it. It's a series of towers, and then with the large like reactor tower as well. They don't have an ecology. And Raku has the sort of main ecology builders, and then of course, as technology, have their pyramid ecologies. Evo doesn't. They have a series of towers with like small bridges between them, in like a cluster, basically.
Okay.
He can't just be angry at us for what happened with Vice, can he? What else happened?
Looks over to Azure Web. Yes, what else did happen?
Is that all?
Well, for one, our blazing explosion didn't help.
Yeah.
That is also a problem. We need to. We got a lot of heat for
Yes, we
doing
did.
what we did last time. We killed a lot of people. It would be good if we could
But it was
somehow.
not Evo people we killed.
No, I know, but they get testy, I guess, when we kill innocents.
We need to keep this dry. We can't.
Although I would say there were no innocents in that building, except the old lady. He says, like quietly as he's taking
Hey.
a little bit of his drink.
We didn't kill her. Well, she killed her.
We kind of blew up the building she was in.
Yeah, but she was
Grandson.
already dead, right?
I mean, she looked pretty close to death to me, so I mean, honestly, I don't think.
We just
Anyway,
finished
the damage is done, is what I'm saying. And it would be nice if that damage did not come up again. We have accumulated a lot of attention, or we are close to at least. So keeping this quiet would be nice, somehow. I think we have done some clever investments in the right contacts, and if we keep this strictly to the target, no more fallout would come from this, if I understand our setup correct.
How would
Look, I would-
Evo forgive us for killing one of their employers?
The trick is to not let them see that it was us.
Hmm.
Also, this is sort of now I think of it, because we did buy the bleach upgrade, right?
Mhm.
Which makes that our target for assassinations don't give us heat.
Everyone else does though.
Everyone else does. So if we kill just him,
Yeah.
we get away with this scotch-free.
We make it a dry run. That's all.
I forgot that, but sweet.
Yeah. So
I will
I'm
say,
also.
what an asshole. No,
You're saying
Maybe-
don't kill the guards, don't kill the people.
Yeah.
Don't. Yeah.
Can
you know,
I?
we can't just walk in and I chop his head off and we leave.
How?
It's getting
The thi-
in.
the-
That's our problem.
Malachi, question.
Yes.
People like Shoe Warrior can punch people to death, right?
I mean, yeah.
She can punch through a car, right?
The side of one probably.
Yeah. But she can also be like, I just knock someone out, right?
Well, yeah,
Well,
of course.
Yeah, I did that
Can-
with police, remember?
Right. Is there an option for Ziegler to have like rubber bullets
Of
for his
course.
weapon to be able to do something similar.
Yeah, definitely. It's not
Alright.
a.
Then we go
Like, you
non-lethal.
have the gun. You can stick your.
It's not
that's,
limited to these
most,
guns.
as you probably would know, those of you who might know something, maybe that's something that that Vice learned, part of her investigation on them, is that Evo security personnel use rubber bullets.
Alright.
Because they do not believe in killing perpetrators. They like to give everyone a fair trial. And perhaps some of these perpetrators are really just down on their luck, people forced to do things that they do not want to.
You know what?
How
I
European
am
of them.
sickened. I am sickened by the goodness of this corp. What is this?
It's
Baby's
all
first
PR.
corp?
It's
Baby's
PR.
first corp.
It's all PR.
All PR. It's true.
Probably, yes.
Down in their basements, they're all shooting bunnies with real rounds.
Anyway, we should try to go non-lethal if possible.
Have you
I
seen
will,
the
of
bones on
course-
those bunnies, though?
I mean, we of course bring the proper ammunition in case everything goes to all hell, but we should try to do this as peacefully as possible.
Keep the run dry. You don't
Yeah,
less blood.
Sovereign nods. It's
Less explosions.
It's Jens. That's the dick here that we need to take care of, not
Mhm.
Evo in itself.
Sounds like a plan.
The Matrix
Ish.
groups are also rather. Let's put it this way. Tentative to starting to hunt us. We should be on our guard to not bring any more trouble we need to.
The police didn't approve of us blowing up buildings either.
Not many people approve of it, really.
The Duke seemed happy, sort of looks over, but there was a bit of a big explosion.
It really was.
So,
What is done is
we
done.
we go for his home then.
Yeah, I guess.
Put that in his office.
We're
How does he go from the office to his home? Are there tunnels? Are there walkways?
His schedule, particularly, is not really something you can sort of just gaze
No,
from
I mean-
outside of the building.
I mean,
Like,
physically. How do you go from the one building to the other? Are there tunnels? Or are there like walk bridges between the buildings?
there are like connection bridges, and inside those, they're all made of like some sort of glass, reinforced glass, so you can see through them. It's very fancy, and then they have like tramways that basically go in a circle around the 5 towers,
Okay.
so they can sort of get there in decent time. It's a fairly big complex.
In that case, if he uses any of these areas, that would be a moment of weakness for him, right? When he is between the buildings. He's not surrounded by guards or concrete and stuff. It would be in a tram or on a walkway.
maybe that's what Vice could try and gain is his schedule somehow, or maybe even. Oh wait, no, I think Dark used up all
Like
of
his
his
address or
downtime.
something.
Yeah, like where he lives in the tower of living areas.
How would she go about that?
There's always some security guard that's willing to give up information that he really shouldn't do for a possible favor.
I mean, how could you resist this face?
What
It's
kind of favor?
true. Oh, only that of which a lovely young woman could provide.
Not
Alright.
just any lovely young woman.
Yeah.
Super hot starlet.
Yeah, but we don't want to give away like that sort of information. I mean, shit.
I mean, look at you.
Yeah.
You are not just young
Sure.
woman. You are like
It's true,
super
it's
pretty
true.
pheromone lady.
The Evo guard you approach certainly is receptible, though he of course would rather take you to like a soup kitchen and then offer you money for some clothes and stuff, because you really don't have to do these sorts of things on the street. There's people who care about you, and he is very focused on clearly being very nice to you and respectful and everything. And we'll let slip that that this is a very important thing. It is Evo culture, as it is. You know, be respectful and nice to everyone you encounter, and yeah, that's how you rise in the ranks in Evo, by being nice.
I'm suspicious.
But you can see how much you can get out of the poor man with a dice roll. Halldamir?
I was muted.
Oh.
False.
Lovely. What do those dice represent?
Yeah.
Well, all right. That is a 4, so you will get reliable and good information. So what's your question?
Where in the housing, or where does he live? Like, what's his address, basically?
Sure. He is on the 32nd floor. Living. He has a rather large suite to himself, sort of a two-story area with like big windows. You can look out over the city. It seems to be a very nice sort of high. I mean, they built them to a model, right? Because they used them for their main scientist. But he's a high up man, so he has one of the really big, nice, awesome suites. His own computer systems, sound systems, own network. So it looks really nice. Everything in Evo, of course, is big enough for trolls to interact there. So it's a rather big apartment, as most are. Yeah, you can totally know where he lives, at what tram he would generally use. The top one, as it turns out, because he's pretty far up in the tower.
Now,
Anyone have a sniper rifle?
well, I have a grenade launcher.
That's not a sniper rifle.
No explosions.
And you'll kill civilians.
No, not if I
Scope,
hit.
grenade launcher.
None of you hit.
It's an AoE.
Question.
Yes.
Since Siegler knows about engineering and fixing stuff and repairing things, and he's been in the engineering course and all of that stuff, and he knows about demolitions and things, could he also perhaps use his knowledge of engineering to perhaps, like, what I want to know basically is how would, say that there is a gas leak in his kitchen, or there's a faulty water pipe in the wall of his bathroom. Is there a service entrance? Are there like service walkways and stuff in the building that a maintenance man would perhaps be like, oh, there's a pipe broken next to his apartment. The serviceman would take this sort of entrance to get up there.
Sure. You again, engineering is not your knowledge of engineering; it's your skill at engineering things. But yeah, I mean, you know, that's an easy question for him to say, because that's the kind of work that a corporate rigger would do. They do not have service people; they have service tunnels where drones move. Drone tunnels to operate these sorts of things.
No
they're
humans in those tunnels, or are they accessible by humans at all?
Like they're small, you know, like you could probably like crawl in them, but they also sometimes go vertically up. They're made for drones to be in, basically. They don't use gas; they use electricity from their fusion plant to do anything related to that. Water, however, they do get that from sort of the grid, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And if there was like a water leak, you'd probably just like ring up a maintenance drone that would then come and fix it. Especially as he's one of the sort of the higher ups, he doesn't need people to do that.
Because that's a possible approach then. Are there drone maintenance hatches into his apartment if something's broken?
Yeah, probably. He probably also gets delivered like foodstuffs and such by drone.
All right. I see possibilities here.
And they're a very technological corp.
Mm.
So they do a lot with that. Not a lot of magic. turns out.
So one approach then, like at least a way that I could see Ziegler approaching this then would be to basically have this be a drone run for him. If drones have access to, if he can get his drones into the drone tunnels, they could get very close, or maybe even into his apartment. And if I can get Warburg in there, he's screwed. I just light him up. Even have a silencer on Warburg these days.
How would the security normally be set up? Would it be set up with an actual person at the desk, or would it be automated systems? Or
Oh, surely there's like a lobby and stuff, but that's not where the security is. The security for the corp like this would be. Evo isn't known for having like a powerful security force. That's not how they do their things. They have a lot of automated security, like drones, like doors. Really just sectioning off places and trying to crowd control you until probably Knight Errant would arrive. They do, however, have some security forces who would probably try to approach you and use non-lethal ways to take you down and detain you until the authorities could arrive.
okay, so there'll be a lot of electronic things in our way, potentially.
Yes, and their security forces would most likely also have cyberware, like as a modern cyberware. Most of their employees have cyberware. When you work for Evo, part of your salary sort of gets put in a fund where you can use that money to buy half-priced cyberware from the corporation. Meaning that almost all Evo employees have selected to have some sort of cyberware installed.
I see. Still, cracks knuckles. Looks like I'm gonna be busy. Because we need to get that drone inside, it looks like. And back out. Well, in theory, out.
That would be probably how I would try to help in this.
Yeah, you get the drone in and out. I keep security off you.
I'm not good at social infiltration.
It's like a place where you can slump over.
Exactly. My car close by somewhere.
Essentially, you could be slumped over outside. What I just need is to get close enough that I can log in, which might mean Vice needs to sneak me in.
Outside probably wouldn't be enough like range for the drone to operate.
Okay, so Vice needs to sneak us in, and then we set up.
You probably want to find like a closet or something where you could set up. But,
Like maybe the garage.
potentially. Oh, surely they have like a garage down their loading area.
So hide in the garage. Begin operation. Yeah,
But how to do that? Your character will
need
figure that out surely. Just
Yes.
need to know how you're
Actually, we
what
need
kind
to
of
go to the
approach.
terminal.
Yeah.
Looks like we're going subtle approach.
Yeah, subtlety.
Yeah.
Isn't that meant to be our MO after all?
Yes. Not explosions.
Yeah.
We sent a message, indeed.
Yeah, okay, so we're gonna have to get in. Maybe True Warrior's gonna have to punch somebody in the face. And then we're gonna have to stuff Ashley and Dr. Ziegler in a closet to do the...
So it sounds like you're trying to be like stealthy then, to get in like undetected. Is that correct? Just not
Yes.
being seen, or
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, or just... I mean, if we get seen, it's not the worst thing. Hopefully, but we want to avoid people, basically.
all right, yeah, that's that. And so, where will you be sort of infiltrating their area from?
Honestly, I'm not too sure. What do you guys think?
Will you take the service tram? Will you like try to steal a helicopter?
I think service tram sounds better than helicopter, but I don't know. I mean, can Ziegler fly a helicopter? I suppose. Why not?
Can Ziegler fly a
Yeah,
helicopter?
there was a whole thing that we thought.
It's not your custom rigged car.
I'll have you know, sir, that yes, Ziegler can definitely fly a helicopter.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I don't want to be having to recall the. What did you say? If we crash?
When I level up, I can even jury rig it. So.
Also, that's bad signs at IRL. I hear distant sirens.
Well,
There's
it's Lone
always
Star.
sirens here.
Lone Star, phrase.
Yeah, service tram. Sounds good. I like it. We're not going to steal Evo helicopters.
So sort of a down and up way of doing things.
I think so. How
Yeah.
tall is the building?
The building is about 40 floors.
I was going to say at least 32 floors high.
I mean, go from above would get us closer to him.
Yeah, but how are we going to get a helicopter?
That would be the difficult.
That's
bit.
a whole different job. Like, that's a job to do a job.
Admittedly, we then have a helicopter.
Yeah, but where are we going to
Park
put
it on
it?
the street?
Well, Ziegler has storage of 2 vehicles somewhere.
It's true, I do. I actually know a place where we could keep
The
No.
old helipad.
The old helipad is,
It's
yeah.
landed in the east somewhere.
Yeah,
That's fine.
yeah, it's true. Ziegler would have a place to store a helicopter.
I don't know where, but
You don't want to know.
I'm sure I don't.
Don't
Came
question.
prepared.
I do, yeah. It's like an old army base that no one uses.
No.
I don't want to know how you got access to that.
Well, you don't want to know.
The pop does.
How did you get that scar? Well, you don't want to know.
How difficult
Gonna
is it to
brag
get a
about it on the
helicopter?
net.
Would getting a helicopter be a different job, Monica?
It could be. Mostly, I think it would be a setup action.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, we would set you up and see how well do you manage to get the helicopter. And if you do badly, there might be some people who are ticked off by that. But like, you fucking just broke in here and stole my fucking helicopter. I'm gonna call the police now on you, and you would
Basically,
have a
do we get
problem.
caught stealing the helicopter or not?
Or it could go really well. And it's like, yeah, you know, the guy's like, oh yeah, totally have a helicopter that's about to be gained. It's good that you came to bring it. I was going to call you tomorrow, but I guess you have your own information networks. Take it. You know. So how it'll go? Well, how well you do? Well, we'll see. Could go well, could go badly. It's an extra role certainly, but perhaps to say that if it goes well, then the engagement of that would be easier than the other one. Just it's you know, getting through the security of getting a helicopter. They don't have as much security probably on the roof as in the basement.
No,
They
that's
don't-
what I'm thinking.
They don't
Or
expect
the
Shadowrunners
boss.
to have helicopters.
But aren't they gonna react quite angrily when a helicopter lands on their roof?
There's helipads up there. They use that for main transportation.
So it would be fine.
We'd land on the roof,
I
we'd
think-
sneak inside, hide in our closet, and get
I mean,
work.
we can't say if it would be fine. We'll find out if it's fine.
So the real question is, what kind of role, or is it one of your roles that, like, what role would it be to find out how well that occurs?
Depends on how you would go to find the helicopter. What approach you take there?
Anyone
You
have
could do a
any?
group action. You could set each other up. It's really up to you.
Anyone have some sweet helicopter gaining skills?
Sweet helicopter gaining skills.
Or you could always do what Shadowrunners can do and throw money at the problem.
Throw
That
money
is
at the
always
problem.
an option. You have
That is
We
true.
do have a
coin,
lot of
you have-
money.
You have cred.
4 in the vault,
And,
one
and
each.
you should
Oh,
know
both
that
of
cred is mainly used for when you level up your group, or to get stuff done better, or to skip rolls, or to yeah. I mean, cred is really just a nice thing. You can also spend cred to have like extra downtime actions at times and such. Money is what moves this world, and spending money can get you a lot of stuff you otherwise wouldn't.
Well, how
So,
much?
no.
How much cred for a
For a
helicopter?
helicopter.
How much would you need to throw at it?
That's the question I've always wanted to just ask.
How much money for a helicopter? Well, you probably wouldn't want to buy a helicopter. That's pretty expensive.
We're renting it out for one night.
We'll-
promise.
So you're having people look the other way so you can steal it.
Yeah, probably.
Bribes.
And he's like, "Oh my God, someone stole my helicopter, and knocked out my guards. Oh my God, what can I do? But my alarm system is broken somehow."
And all of
These are
my
really professional
security
people. Also,
cameras.
I've been bound now, so I can't actually move or do anything.
Yeah.
Also,
Oh, no.
insurance money, please.
Yes.
I know my papers on what helicopter it was is gone.
The most expensive one.
Of course, you'd probably couple that with a rolled still, because a helicopter is a pretty damn expensive piece of technology that people don't just throw those around. You know.
But if we get a helicopter, we would have a helicopter and I have a place to store it.
It's true. I think it's a good
I was
way to go about
saving
it.
it for a tank, but I mean, I'll settle for a helicopter.
You know.
Can you attach missile launchers to it later?
Yes. Of course
You know,
I can.
That goes to stealthy assassination. Just shoot the tower.
A hellfire missile in his front door.
But Malachi, only one person died, therefore we
You
only
only
get one
need the
bit of heat.
coordinates of his location.
Exactly.
Calling in heavy artillery.
Initiating ICBM strike.
I'm just saying the idea of Ziegler though being inside a helicopter, like the brain of it, scares me.
I mean, these helicopters wouldn't be rig ready, right? They were just
Well, no, but
That'd be a long-term project.
no, but once Ziegler gets a hold of it,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's something you could throw money at, should you decide to.
I'd be willing to throw
I
one.
can say a helicopter is generally worth 9 cred. It's just the base worth of a helicopter.
Yeah.
In its sort of its nice common standard helicopter. So it's not cheap to bribe people to lose one. However, it's usually not their helicopter, which helps.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I mean, I'd be willing to throw my 1 cred at it. Then we've got stuff in the vault. Then we've got.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of you want to invest anything.
I'd be happy to throw some.
It's also worth noting
Cred.
that if you have a contact you can use, using a contact for something automatically like gives you an extra dive because that contact is like extra helpful.
Oh my
Actually have a contact
That's something
that could
that's
work
that's
for
worth
this.
considering.
Yeah.
So who do you know, Ziegler?
Well, I do actually know someone who could help us, namely Basil, my old customs / smuggling buddy.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things that smuggles back and forth, and either a helicopter could have fallen off a tram, you know, or there are. I mean, he's part of customs, the customs office, which means that they probably have a lot of boats and helicopters, like pretty old, crappy stuff from time to time, probably as well, that no one really pays attention to. You know, bureaucracy, stuff like that. Helicopters disappear all the time, basically. So he could maybe help out with that.
An
That's
old
what I
Black
got, at least.
Hawk somewhere.
It basically is
Sure.
like an old Black Hawk or
And
something.
that seems
somewhere.
like a reasonable person to look up for acquiring a cheap helicopter.
Mhm.
However, there would probably still be someone who's trying to. I don't know if you want to try to requisition it or be like,
I would,
oh, lost and found helicopter. I lost this.
you know,
somehow.
the skill I would
Or,
use
you
for
know.
this is my pilot skill. I would just take it and just fly as fast as I could and shake off the people following me.
Well, I mean, you
That's what
probably
I
want
would-
to get to it first.
You know, I could
But I mean,
I could
if
possibly
you
help
don't, I
get
mean,
to it.
we could just throw the have you be hunted immediately. If it is not a very stealthy approach.
We probably don't want to be hunted on the way to our stealth
Yeah,
destination.
probably not. You know, maybe Vice can help get to the helicopter, and you know, run interference while Ziegler.
Wherever
kidnaps.
you get it from would be okay with you taking it, hence the payment
Mm,
and the. So you'd want to do probably something like. I mean, you could approach it by like again, lost and found sort of. This is really our helicopter, but trying to play the bureaucracy, or you could like. I mean, just try to make the guy believe that this is really in his best interest to take your bribe money in. Or you could be like, I'm gonna murder you if you don't.
We are actually from like, I don't know, Berlin State Department, and this helicopter is really ours. You know, it's bureaucracy problems, and here's my idea. I'm sure everything is in order, right? And then, like, money.
So yeah, you can basically It'll do that sort of thing.
I'm
So
hearing.
probably a successful roll could probably reduce the amount of money you would have to sort of pay to acquire this helicopter to half, which would be 4.
Mhm.
4 cred,
Doable.
which is generally the cost of like an awesome motorcycle instead. That's a pretty cheap helicopter.
It's a pretty cheap helicopter.
But you know, it's probably not his helicopter anyway.
Well, this is your
but,
very own
so-
helicopter, but there's no motor
So
in
let's
it.
say who would you send with this money probably to go talk to this person your smuggler buddy has hooked you up with?
I would probably imagine Vice, because she's the talk person.
She's the prime negotiator.
Yeah.
I mean, all of you could go for that matter. If you want to make this a group action thing, but then of course someone could lose karma for people failing to do whatever the thing you're doing is, but you would have more likely chance to succeed.
I'm not sure what
Sure,
skill
I
I
would
would
go
be
with
using in a group action
Vice,
though.
if
Well,
needed.
it depends on what you're doing, right? Like if he's trying to do bureaucracy or trying to do influencing people or etiquetting to sound government, like, you know, it's really let's have Vice then lead this thing. Maybe someone will come up with a way they can assist. And see what does Vice do? What do we see Vice do when we like look at Ziegler, who's like, we need a helicopter, and he like you know smokes, and people look at him, and we see like you know like some like shaking hands with some shady person that we've seen before, for that matter,
Yeah,
with
it
a
looks like
trade.
it's like in the harbor, the
What does
waves.
Basil look like?
Basil is a pretty small and mousy man. He is like he's been working at this for too long, and the long years have sort of bent him. But he is also very much like a pine tree, you know. He is bent, but you can't really break him. So small, grayish hair, you know, like most of the hair is fallen out. He has a hooked nose, runny eyes, and he does a lot of sniffling. And sort of fidgeting back and forth, all like looking over his shoulder a lot, almost as if he thinks he's watched, which he probably isn't, but who knows? Nervous.